think Daniel's been practicing those dance moves of his. Like just a little bit more crisp.
Chris.
Jazz fingers.
Jazz. Spirit fingers, my friend.
Spirit fingers.
What's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a while. How's Sweden? How's summer going over there? I know you guys get a limited amount of sunshine, so.
Now we had a good June and July. 1st of August, autumn came, which sucks. August is normally a summer month, but apparently God gave us the fingers. Like you had enough sun. So
you had enough summer.
We're gonna have like rain and cold now. So it's dark and horrible, miserable again.
Exactly, Eunice. It's over.
Yeah.
How was summer? It's over.
Yeah, Jonas though, like he's also gonna text you right now. I had 3 kids, by the way, guys. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
and I got remarried, FYI.
Except for that, I guess it's good. A lot of stuff going on. Sending my son to the States.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. He's got
and changing jobs, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. So
busy man.
Yeah, I mean, nothing of that actually takes that much time, but it occupies sort of the brain capacity. It's like too much shit to think about and multitask between. So it's like, yeah, it's sort of stressful, but overall it's good. It's good.
We're glad to have you today, man. I'm glad you joined.
Like Daniel looks like he just got out of jail.
Yeah. I mean, Carmona would love Swedish jail. So, by the way, Carmona, I called you back. You didn't answer, so it's on you, bro. Just letting you know. But hey, man, it's
Swedish
good to have you.
jail is very close to Subway. So.
Have you have you been keeping up with 40K at all, Daniel, while you've been away from the show?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing in a lot of tournaments. I've been getting grad place and grad place -1. I haven't been getting grad place +1 at all. So,
yeah.
But I'm again first on the Swedish ranking, which makes me happy.
That's nice, man. Congratulations. First in the Swedish ranking within Sweden, like the Swedish ranking, not front lines. Yeah, like your internal ranking for how you make a team.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure that the viewers care,
because it matters for the who gets to pick the ETC team.
Yeah, but Brad, the front line. I wanted to bring up the fact that I don't know if you know, Daniel, Brad dropped from Brad place in the frontline gaming rankings to like -1.
+1.
He's
-1.
-1 Brad place now. So
I think we easily can call 3rd place Daniel's place, actually. Because
it's Daniel's corner.
Yeah, I've been going 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, 14th, 2nd, the last 7 tournaments. So I'm around.
That's not bad. Yeah. That's not bad.
Real quick.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I mean, especially since I'm not playing metalists, I'm trying to invent my own stuff. So I'm happy with.
So what you're saying is it's more sad that Brad is in Brad place -1 with medalists than you being in Daniel place without.
I mean,
medalists.
that's always what I'm saying when we're talking about Brad.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than me, Daniel. I'm not even going to tournaments, so my place is nil. NA. NA.
You're super occupied with your kid, man.
I know, dude. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. It's awesome. It's really good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
You're getting some sleep?
Oh yeah, my wife's great. So yeah, I'm getting sleep. I'm getting sleep,
awesome.
And she's doing a really, really good job of taking over. So
weirdly, if he's trying to teach his daughter how to bow hunt already, it's crazy.
I got to send you a video of her watching football. I made her watch football. She watched the whole game.
You mean American football, not soccer?
Yeah, the real football. Real. Yeah, correct. The real football.
The game that we created that doesn't involve your feet on the ball at all.
Yeah,
not at all. There's punting and field goaling. There's a lot.
Punting and field goals. Yeah, there you go.
There's kickoff.
3% foot, 97% handball.
It's more
like 90% of games get resolved that way, though. So it's a big deal. Just saying.
Yeah.
And the best part about that is we do take a bunch of European soccer players to kick our footballs.
Yeah, we do. That's true. I like that part. That's like the best part.
Game where they actually use their feet. We should get some of those.
Those guys seem like they're good at this. Like, let's use those dudes. Like,
those guys seem like they're way better.
That seems like they know what they're doing with their feet, their feets. But anyways, yeah, man. Lots of changes since you've been on the stream. We've been talking a lot about orcs. That's mainly what Brad and I have been talking about. I know Jimmy wants to come on in the future and talk about chaos, but he got too drunk today, so he's sitting out.
I did have a game where I was playing, and I did put up a test game where I did 20, 20, and 21 mortal wounds in succession with the 1,000 Suns.
Yeah.
That is a game. I actually think 1,000 Suns are going to be an incredible team list. I think that
weak in singles, right?
Yeah, well, I actually think they're going to do strong. They're just not going to be. It's not an army that you're going to go 5-0 with. You're not going to go 5-0, 6-0 because they just have a couple bad matchups. Their bad matchups are bad, and their good matchups, however, they just crush them. You know, so it's one of those those lists where it also has a very high skill cap. You can't just pick up 1,000 Suns and crush with them because there's just a lot of decisions to be made.
Oh man, 100%. I'm surprised by that, Brad. Can you break that down a little bit more? Why is it such a high skill cap? And is it higher or lower than Sisters, higher or lower than Orcs, higher or lower than Dark Eldar?
It's definitely higher than all of those other ones because all the other lists that you just said have the ability to punch their way out of mistakes effectively. And 1,000 Suns combat is fairly weak. You're really basically you've got unbelievable mortal wound production. You've got decent shooting, like basically mid-level shooting, and poor combat.
That doesn't sound like it's a high skill cap army. That sounds like it's just a bad army.
No, it's you can do a super amount of damage.
It does, right, Daniel? It sounds like it's just trash. Brad's like, you got to be really good to play this because they're terrible. You know what's a high skill cap army? Nids.
Ask Chaos keyword. You know what I like about what I think about Chaos keyword.
Garbage.
Give that shit to Subway.
Sisters is like a really high skill cap army because they can win in so many different ways. I think Orcs have transitioned that way too.
The thing is that I think the 1,000 Suns are a decent army. It's just that you have to basically be good at managing what basically your psychic powers, your cabal, your spacing has to be really, really good because you've got tons of trash you can put out. You put out Zangors, you put out the rubrics. But the thing is you're running very character heavy, so you have to protect your characters. You have to not give up your assassinates, and you have to decide where you have to basically make a lot of pre-decisions and look into the future with your psychic powers because you have to be planning at least a turn ahead always.
But it sounds like from what you said though, that their shooting is weak and their close combat is weak. You really just have to manage movement.
Their shooting is decent. Their combat is weak. Their mortal wound output is outstanding.
Yeah, but then aren't you just trying to really game strategy really well, the movement phase and psychic phase, and planning that out really well? As opposed to Sisters, where you have to do movement, shooting, anti-psychics, positioning, close combat, like the miracle dice movement, aura abilities, all of it.
Well, you've got a bunch of stuff.
I actually hate when people say that that miracle dice is a skill thing.
Yeah,
come on, dude. It's a skill thing, bro.
I need a 6 to destroy this.
No. Planning them.
It's no skill.
No, you see unskilled players. How come you vanished into the darkness? No, you're totally wrong.
I really think that the 1,000 Suns is higher. Is because you have such a downside. If you make things, you can just derp up and make a 12-inch charge with Sisters and go with full rerolls on a unit of Zephyrum and just explode something. You have to actually choose things with 1,000 Suns. But the problem is the 1,000 Suns also has the question: what would you say is the good matchups for 1,000 Suns? Good matchups. Literally anybody with low model count, any elite army, they just dismantle. I actually think they're really good into a lot of Marines. I think they're bad into things that can get up on them really, really fast and things that just have a lot of quick vehicles. Dark Eldar, for instance, were just a nightmare for them because they could just put raiders in front of them and make you basically smite the raiders out. And then the units just get in and you too fast. So
I just like Daniel's face while you're talking. He's just like, who cares? This army sucks.
I'm not a Chaos fan.
He actually loves Chaos. He does. He just wish they were actually good.
Like Chaos, but they purposely train them wrongly. You know, it's like Space Marines are always better.
I love Hunter's like, Sisters is not a skill cap army. You can just say what you roll, and you don't even have to roll it behind terrain.
No. You don't even need.
Damn, that's like shots fired.
You know,
yeah.
It's like you just move them as far as you want. You don't need to push them with a bottle.
You guys are on crack. I think saying that Thousand Suns are a higher skill based army than those other ones is kind of crazy. Maybe higher than Dark Eldar. Maybe. I don't know.
Since I don't listen to what you guys say when I'm not on,
don't worry. No one does.
You started listening to us when you are on with this.
Yeah.
No. Then I listen to us because I'm here.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm in and out when I'm actually here.
Yeah.
You're like,
Daniel's like, I didn't listen to a single episode.
What have you said about orcs? Because my initial thoughts, because since I am unfortunately an orc player with a bad back, is that they have great data sheets, but they have zero tricks at all. It's like the stratagems are so boring.
Oh, the stratagems all suck. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to use in the built-in clan stuff. It gives you some tricks. The truck boys, specialist mobs, give you some tricks. Blood axes give you some tricks.
I mean, it's not a trick if it's like these guys can move their truck and jump out. That's what they can do. It's not a trick. It's exactly what it says on the label.
Nothing's a trick.
It's not a shenanigan.
But I would say, Daniel, tricks are kind of gone. Tricks are kind of gone from 40K.
I think you can do a lot of shenanigans.
What codex? What codex has tricks? There isn't very many codexes that have any tricks anymore.
No, but you have
like new ones, new codexes. Like Mechanicum is boring as hell.
Tricks is maybe the wrong word, but you have a vast variety of stratagems that gives flavor.
Yeah, I think where you get that. I think you get that in orcs. You get that in orcs by relics, warlord traits, and HQs. So you can take three really cool
the only
HQs.
Thing that gives is like super punchy guys. I mean, I agree. Like the HQs are super impressive. You can build some super nasty guys.
Yeah.
But it's not like, for example, take Grey Knights. They have some tricks. Like if you shoot at my big
Grandmaster,
Care Bear Grandmaster, I can remove him and put him somewhere else. And if you start, I place him so you can shoot him. So I place him 9 inches away from you, and then I can charge next turn. That's sort of like, it's like, oh fuck, I didn't think about this. This could cause me problems, Orcs doesn't have
Grey Knights do have a
anything
bunch of
that
shenanigans because Gates. I guess you could consider Gate a shenanigan though.
Yeah, Gates. I'm not really. It's just.
I mean, it's something that people have to account for all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the only trick you really have, Daniel, right now is the knob on the Smasher Squig. You can try to get to a scenario where you charge the knob into a unit that you've dwindled down a little bit, and then you get a double charge. You get to charge immediately after because he does 5 mortal wounds on charge.
Fairly decently because of the fact.
Yeah, it's not hard to get off.
You run them as a pair. You do Smash Brothers with 2 smashes.
I mean, it's not really hard to get off now with the meta, anyways, because there's small little action monkey units. And then they're usually getting engaged, and they're usually getting like scramblers and stuff. So they're always like within proximity of another unit. Yeah. So you can like smash that and then move on to like double charge into the next thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah. That's a pretty cool trick. They still have the 3d6 charge vehicles from reserves, which I mean isn't like a trick, but it's nice. It's nice.
It's not even reserve. It's just straight up.
It's straight up, but from reserve is like probably the most trickiest you can get with it. You put a dreadnought in reserves, and you have that.
It's good to see you guys.
It's pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. There isn't like any kind of crazy shenanigans going on with them.
But their data sheets look really good.
Yeah. I mean, Evil Sons can turn off OBSEC. Evil Sons turn off OBSEC, and they have Fight Last. That's nice.
The problem with orcs is they have way too much stuff that's vehicle and cavalry, so you can get move block.
Yeah.
Unless you're Manny, apparently, then you're immune to move blocking.
Yeah.
What happened now? I don't even know what happened. What happened now?
Manny literally brought
all the trikes you can.
9 buggies or 9 rocket truck squig buggies and 9 scrap jets. And just has 18 gigantic bases that can't move through any sort of terrain, and went 5-0. And I talked about this and it blew my brain up. I don't understand.
Why didn't anyone just like move block them?
I do not.
Like, I have this one guy. He stands between the ruins. You can't go to the objective.
Yeah. So he was playing Blood Axes so he could fall back and shoot. Because he has so many.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it literally, you're like, oh no, our natural enemy, a forest, any piece of dense terrain. Now everybody's hitting on 5s or 6s at best.
Yeah. No.
Exactly. That it does sound right on that. The problem with orcs is they're just not bandwagon enough for Brad.
No, orcs are. Brad's already playing orcs, so they're definitely bandwagoning.
Orcs are so fun.
What's up, Cromwell?
The biggest problem with orcs is you have to name all your models. Takes so much time.
That does take a while.
It's Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. I'm already ready, baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. They couldn't move block it because they used the metric system in Europe.
I don't know. I don't know how he got through that because I just played like one game of like 3 buggies and like some knobs on Smash the Squigs, and I couldn't move anywhere. So I was like, this is terrible. Yeah.
A couple of people said that like he just killed stuff so fast, and Manny just goes first apparently every game. I don't know. I
don't even think they shoot that.
They don't even shoot that much. They don't shoot very well.
They don't shoot that. I don't see. I don't understand.
Well, he's got 18 d6, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2.
Yeah, and those all hit on 4s, which is nice.
Well, hit on 4s. The scrap jets are going to have effectively more, and then they're going to.
But those hit on 5s.
But the problem is that if you have dense terrain, then you go to 5s and 6s. So like literally, if you have any dense terrain behind you, playing any WTC board, you just.
Yeah, and also if you have any models that pre-move, you can't move your models out of your.
Yeah, like if you just don't go first, then someone just like
stops
you right there.
Mandrakes, and you're standing in your deployment zone. Turn 1.
Yeah, it's a mirror match.
I literally take my 2 to 5 mandrakes. I move my army. Like basically, you play Dark Elder. You move 2 units of mandrakes. You block.
Next turn, you move 2 raiders. Yeah. Next turn, you move 2 other raiders. Like it's like you never leave.
And you can assault. Just
AdMech courses is like you're going nowhere, man.
Well, it's not even AdMech courses.
Where you go? No.
Plus the infiltrators.
Yeah.
Then Diego's got it 100% right. He's like, take same list as Manny, gets to event, gets move block. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't understand. That makes no sense to me either. So
Manny does that kind of shit all the time now. I mean, maybe Manny's on a different level than I am. I don't know. I'm just like
God mode.
Yeah, I don't know. You're like, oh no, I went second. I guess that's also the key. Must go first.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the dude. So cool, good for him, man. It's cool. I like that he got the army together. But Daniel,
it seems like you have the same idea as me about orcs. It's like good data sheets, not many tricks.
I've been bringing a lot of
good work.
Stuff. I've been bringing a lot of Goffs. I like the exploding 5s. I like the +1 strength. Is huge on the charge. I'm bringing a lot of infantry.
It's a totally different army though, Daniel. Like us orc players, like we can't look at our old lists anymore and like think like that's going to work. It just doesn't work. I think it's also kind of a unique army where you always take 3 patrols and not because you get command points, right? Like Dark Eldar is like 3 patrols is like awesome because of command points. But with orcs,
you don't need
command points. You're just like, who cares?
There's no good strategy.
Yeah. So. The 6 command points I get just because of the turns or 5, whatever, like I'm fine. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need any more points. I'll have like 1 point plus like 5 turns. I'm fine.
It's so weird, by the way. Yeah, it's so weird because like I'm usually such a CP psycho because I play so many armies that just depend on stratagems, and then I'm playing orcs and I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably do something.
Yeah, no real need for them. I think you take 3 patrols, or you could even take outriders and stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Like right now, I'm bringing a Vanguard patrol.
Yeah, that's totally fine. And then you're probably taking like 3 warlord traits and 3 relics, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's no need. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to.
No.
I would always do it.
Warlord traits and relics are super.
Oh, they're awesome. I mean, they're amazing.
Smashes, guys.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Beast Boss and Squigasar with artisan basically -1
he's so good.
Wound,
yeah, so good.
5 up final pain with an extra attack. That guy is a monster.
Yeah, so good, so good. And the Mega Knob one guy is amazing as well. So he's really good.
Dude, he's got competitive edge.
Yeah,
so good.
He's really good at too.
Rolling everything.
I still like the Death Kill a War Trek. I know you're not a big fan of it because it can get move blocked, like you said, but I love that guy.
That guy's a monster.
That guy's
the thing is,
amazing.
He also can
Evil
move,
Sons.
23 inches.
Yeah, in Evil Sons, he can go so far. He's like 16, I think, plus he auto runs 9.
9.
Yeah, and then he can charge after that. Like, it's gross.
Yep. Yeah, he can literally be anywhere, and he also hits like a truck. It's so much stuff gets move block. I played him. I really liked him and I hated him at the same time because again, he's just so big base.
Yeah. Yeah. I think but
it works if you have 2 other smashy guys anyway, because sure, then he maybe get move blocks every now and then, but you can still work around others.
If you want to bring some cavalry, because I'm also bringing the knobs and smash the squigs. I think they're a must take just because of the sheer mortal wound output. You put those guys in snake bites and they literally have 4 base attacks, 2 for the squig. And
good.
They all have big choppas. They basically come with them. And then they've got 5 rolls for mortals on 4-ups. So
Yeah.
you figure that they're basically wounding almost everything because they're +1 to wound. They've got
Yeah.
ghetto transhuman. So you just have a single guy that's really cheap. You just run him with another dude, and they just have a lot of attacks that are all multi-damage. They're all 2 damage, and the mortals, you know what I mean? So they can hit shit, trade up, and that's what you're looking for most of the time, to be honest, is can I trade up with this unit? You know what I mean? Can I make
the +1 strength in the Orc Codex is also really good too. The
Oh, dude,
clan.
I love. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I'm running snake bites and I'm running Goffs for the +1 strength and the exploding 6s.
Yeah.
Just for the volume. And the +1 strength is huge though, because you run in with things like Storm Boys and things of that nature, and all of a sudden that +1 strength gets you 17% more wounds a lot of times, because you're looking at going to 5 versus 4.
Yep.
Or 5 versus 5. Depending. So that's really good.
I think there's like a psychological thing too with your wrist when you're like trying to get 3s. I don't know. I just feel better. Like my wrist just feels better trying to roll 3s than 4s. Like I'd rather roll 5s than 4s. Like 4s actually, to be honest, is like my least favorite roll is a 4+.
It's supposed to be 50-50, but
No,
it doesn't.
I like 6+ rolls. I like 5+ rolls. I like 3+ rolls. I don't like 4s, and I don't like 2s really either. But 4s is probably my least favorite. I think 2s is probably my second least favorite.
Dude, you know who fucking I like in Goffs a lot? Is upgrade. You take the custom job on the Burner Boys and you give them 6s to wound.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's especially with the Goffs with the explosions. After you call the log, those dudes all have 3 attacks apiece. You know what I mean? Then exploding 6s, you can make use the strat for exploding 5s, and then the 6s are all mortals. Those dudes do a serious amount of damage, and that custom job is very cheap.
Yeah.
Yep. And you could also you could do the custom job on them, and then in addition to the custom job, can't you do the upgrade, the Pyromancer upgrade?
Yeah, but then they're not Goff anymore.
Oh yeah, but then they lose Goff. Never mind. Yeah.
They lose Goff, and I want them to have all the exploding 6s and stuff. And
I haven't even looked at Goff. Goff is like corn for me.
No, Goff is actually like what shooting was to orcs in the previous codex is what close combat is now to orcs with Goffs.
Exactly. I thought the same thing at first, Daniel, because I didn't want, because everybody else had better just trick things that they could do. But then when you go into just pure numbers on it, the Goffs just become better, because the exploding 6s and the +1 strength is just big.
I'm primarily looking into the blood access for the hit and run. I enjoy that a lot.
Very strong. The super blood axes are very big.
I like to play orcs like we did at the Adepticon, Alan. Like we don't care that much about damage output. Just touch everything. Just make sure people don't do shit.
Yep.
It's like it doesn't matter. You don't have to kill stuff. Just you string out and be on objectives and touch everything, and then move out and then charge and redo it and stuff like that. So, but we'll see. I haven't.
Yeah, if you want to play him, that's probably the best way to play him. If you want to play him that way, like if that's your idea of like blood axes is probably the best clan for that type of play style. My first thing was, can I make a shooting one? I wanted to make a shooting pirate one. I really wanted to make a freebooters army work, but I feel like they just killed orcs with shooting. It's just dead. So I can't really make it work.
It's too inconsistent, man.
It's not. It doesn't work. It's not feasible really. But that would have been my thing that I would have liked to have done, is make a shooting version of it. Because if you think about it, you did lose Daka Daka, but like the new version of Daka Daka is like guaranteed extra shots. So it's almost like you already rolled your 6s for for all of your units. So over the course of the whole game, you're actually getting more shots now.
Should be more consistent.
Yeah, it should be more consistent. Yeah.
But it's half range though, so you're not doing long range shooting.
Yeah, but you have a stratagem for full range.
You got some strats, yeah. You got some stuff. You got some play
per unit. You're talking about the difference between like basically shooting from a distance. Orcs used to have really devastating distance shooting. Now you have to be half range to get that. So
I think everything I was playing with back in the day was all mainly 24 inches, except for Ludas. Ludas was the only
most
thing.
Most of that stuff you're getting within 24. The problem is getting inside the 24-inch range. All of a sudden, everybody can countercharge.
I mean, rockets now are D3 instead of one shot.
Yeah, rockets are D3.
It goes back anyway to the Daka Daka. You just get more shots now. So I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know either. I gotta review it some more. I think losing the jump and losing the way that psychic powers got buffed by boys really hurt, like big time, for that strategy.
Being clan locked for a lot of their psychics. I haven't been bringing psychics because of that.
Yeah.
I tell you the truth, there's another reason I'm not going to bring a psyker though, is because Thousand Sons of Grey Knights exist and Abhor the Witch is just really good. Secondary.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And,
I don't know.
and
The
also
kill
I'm
rig.
not giving Thousand Suns 15 points
The kill rig is so
on their
sexy though.
secondary.
The kill rig is so sexy. I have to take a kill rig to one tournament. It just
Hunter
has
Rig
to
is
happen.
that.
It just has to happen. Because I have
Hunter Rig
to.
is the non-psyker version of that, and it has all the same attacks. The only thing you lose is the harpoons.
No, that's why I'm taking it.
D3.
The harpoon needs to be in the list, and it needs to
The
do its
harpoon
thing.
is in the list. It literally is one shot instead of D3 shots.
I'll take the D3. It's higher odds that the tournament will go well.
It auto hits.
I need to harpoon something and move on with my life. I love that goddamn thing so much.
Harpoon.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Fishing compared to noodling.
Do you guys know? Do you guys
something
understand what I'm gonna make? I don't know if you guys understand what I'm gonna make. My kill rig is gonna have an actual like harpoon on it, and you push a button, and the harpoon will shoot in real life with a string attached to the kill rig.
Alan's gonna make this way too realistic, and he's gonna get kicked out of the tournament after he puts some guy in the hospital because his harpoon literally harpoons his opponent.
I can't wait. I'm gonna make a
After
legit
you
harpoon.
drink someone under the table so they puke on the table.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Layla's got to grow up a little bit. My little girl's got to grow up, and then I'll feel more comfortable leaving for a tournament. Maybe the boys GT. Maybe Michigan GT. I don't know, but those are the two I'm really looking at.
You're not going to Canada with me.
Yeah, Canada's a little bit too much, bro. I don't want to go all the way out there just yet. Maybe next year. I would love to do a team tournament with Diego from Canada, from Toronto area. That dude's awesome. And you know what? We could get Richard too. Like me, Diego, Richard. Not you, Brad, because you're like too serious about 40K. But like we get some fun people. You know, people that are cool to hang out with outside of 40K. You know, hanging out with Brad on day one of 40K tournament is terrible because all he wants to do is talk about his next matchup and what I think. And I'm just like, I don't care about your damn matchup, bro. Just shut up. You're gonna win anyways. You're playing against Darren Schmeller or whoever the hell his name is.
Darren Schmeller.
Literally, is their name one of these three? No? Cool. Doesn't matter. Move on with my life. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So, but yeah, no, I want to make a real harpoon. That's like a thing that needs to happen. So
you did be good at the armed forces, really bad. When I'm like trying to tell Alan, I'm like, this matchup was really hard. You won, right? It wasn't very hard. Go away. I'm like, oh, I don't even get to recount my glory.
yeah, you literally walk through everyone. I played you. It was a joke. I tried my best to like put the Noise Marines in reserve and everything. And you know, Daniel even said, I'm like, Daniel, what do you think of this list against Brad? Daniel's like, it says chaos. It's not good. I was like,
it says chaos.
Yeah.
Is that the chaos keyword right there?
I also played you like 300 points under with those damn skull cannons in my army.
Oh my god!
So those are terrible.
The best part, you do remember this.
Worst units ever.
Really
The biggest problem with
about the contemporary
cannons is they have chaos keyword.
Dude, we kept saying, bring the contemporary dreadnoughts, and finally Alan goes in the middle of the tournament. Starts yelling, "Why did you let me bring skull cannons? These contemporary dreadnoughts are so much better."
So good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I would have beaten everyone I did beat because I beat everyone except for you. I would have beat them so much sooner if I just had two contemptors instead of skull cannons. Like literally, I would have
probably would have lost one more game because you would have been so much drunker.
No, I was always kind of me. I played Brad early. I played Brad pretty early because me and him were on top like round 3. So I would have been probably the same pairings. I might have faced I wouldn't have faced anyone different actually. Brad kind of made his way up to me.
No, you didn't play me until round 4. I thought it was.
Yes, but at the end of round 3, we were the next pairing after that.
Yeah,
because it was 1 and 2. I was 1, you were 2, and then you took over past me, and then you beat Elliot after that in the finals.
Yes. Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, but anyways, definitely have to go to a tournament. You know what I saw yesterday? I saw all my Chinork Warcoptas on the shelf, and I got sad. But then I remembered that they're perfect. They have a perfect record.
Can't you just put wheels and like wings on them and call them scrap jets?
I feel like that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm just gonna convert all of those into like buggies, and I'm done. Yeah. Like all my buggies are done.
Just put fucking Tonka truck wheels
literally,
on them,
people would see them.
Set them on.
People would see them and be like, "Dude, these are amazing conversions. How'd you do this?" I'm like, "Well, that's actually a model." Like, because no one knew what those models were. I brought Chinork Warcoptas to the tournament. Everyone's like, "What the hell are those? I've never seen that before."
This is one of my favorites in the thing. So Alan brings the Chinny Warcoptas to the tournament and tries to explain what they do to people, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, whatever." And then halfway through their game, they're like, whoa, 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 what's happening with this guy? And then re-evaluates what the hell they do. Because everybody kind of blew them off, like, whatever, I don't care. It's some stupid orc shooting thing. And then like halfway through the game, they're like, I need to see this sheet. You're gonna have to prove that these do what you're saying.
They're amazing. They're amazing. Tom Ogden lost his chaplain on a bike from Overwatch to one of those.
Overwatch. That was so fun.
Yeah, because Daka, baby. The old Daka, my beautiful. The custom Mega Blaster got a 6. Got more than I got it on the other shots. I mean, it was just so much. I mean, I killed him like 4 times over. That's how many wounds he actually took. So it was just insanity. But yeah, no, I miss the Chin Orcs. But I don't know. I'll play something. I don't know, Brad. Are we playing Orcs the next tournament we both go to in October?
Yes.
Assuming I go to one. That'd be cool.
100%.
Or
I'm gonna play them in New Orleans.
Or have Grey Knights and Thousand Suns? Are they in the top? Are in your opinion, are they in the top bracket?
Grey Knights are.
No, they are.
Grey Knights hand to hand is insanity, dude.
Yeah, they're super good, but they're not top bracket.
I think if you're doing tiers, I guess maybe there could be like S tier, A tier, B tier. They would at least be an A tier. The fact that you can literally send 5 guys and reliably just destroy any target because every single 6 shoot is
yeah, but does that matter? Does that matter in the game right now with lists like you make, Brad, where you have 26 units? Like, does it matter that those 5 guys can kill any target? Because like then I shoot them, right? Like, so like, does it really matter that they're very efficient at killing any target when the game is an MSU game?
As well, but they're not as good as AdMech or Dark Elder. It's no chance.
Are they as good as Orcs?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of armies that are wandering around very close to each other.
So it's like it's Dark Eldar and AdMech for you guys. You guys don't put Sisters in there with them too?
I would probably put Sisters up there. So I'm going to a team tournament. I'm gonna bring Dark Eldars, AdMech, Sisters, and then we're probably gonna bring skewed Space Marine army because one of the tables are gonna be open. Yeah, so we're just gonna have a super red shooty
army. Dreadnought Ultra army. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there's the top 4 armies are probably exactly that too. You basically AdMech, Dark Eldar, Sisters, Space Marine. If it's open tables, pew pew. If it's not open tables, punch punch.
Yeah.
And then
under that, you probably have both Thousand Suns, Grey Knights, Orcs. They're good. They're solid
armies that are like really in that pecking order, and any of those armies could win at any given time. But if you're just going for pure what the power I think is, I still think that AdMech's the best. AdMech can just roll people so hard if they go first too. With the Infiltrators and the Cerberus Raiders, you can just lock somebody's army down. Because even if you end up tabling the AdMech, if you spend 2 turns not scoring primary, well,
you're out.
Yeah, you're fucking done, man. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do after that. You're crap. You know what I mean? You're like, well, I tabled his army. Like, what was the score? He beat me by 50. Cool. So, because you have to get through all the nonsense, and they probably are still sitting on their backboard objectives. You know what I mean? So even if you do push out after 3 turns, what are you doing now? You scored no secondaries and no primaries.
So does that kind of lead you to think that like having an infiltrating like unit to screen out a little bit is probably like key?
It's 100%. You have to. The problem is that they take 1/2 of the table. So they put whoever, even if they win, it doesn't matter who wins the roll on that because you're going to place one, then they're going to place the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you try to be cute about it and try to take the middle, then you're giving them both flanks. So you have to basically deny one side.
Unless you have a really big unit.
Yeah, unless you have a giant. I actually thought about that because I do it like in my orcs. I have 2 5s and a 10-man commando, and against AdMech, I think I would just string the 10-man like literally across the board 9 inches away.
Like a 10, I think like a 10-man mandrakes also could be interesting, just to block up enough of the table so people can't really utilize their forward deploy.
And how it also stops the scout moves too, so the raiders and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So
how do armies that don't have an infiltrator unit handle it then?
They don't. They just get their asses kicked. That's why everybody.
Yeah, especially in some mission like Vital Intelligence, it's like it's game over, man.
Because you in Vital Intelligence, the objective is yours until somebody takes it from you. So even if they shoot you off the objective, it's still yours until they come stand on it. And if you're move blocking them so they can't get there, then you basically just don't score any points, and your opponent's getting 15.
Is there a way? Is there a way with like having a high number of reserves or a post game strategy or
reserves and fly is what you need?
Yeah, reserves and fly. I was just gonna say fly. I was just gonna say fly after that. Yeah.
You can work with reserves and fly. You need the fly keyword and you need reserves.
Okay.
So it's just if you don't have that, like right now, I just feel bad for any army that doesn't have 4 deployers though, because it's just you can just have games turn into not fun real fast. So that's just a real thing. So you know what I mean? I don't know why they're not, like, for instance, you're trying to play like pure craft road or something when they took 4 deploy away from Rangers. That army just gets insta crushed if you don't have any forward deploys. Yeah. Like AdMech will literally win in 2 turns against that army if they go second.
Yeah. Is there anything to say then with orcs for the commandos? Is there a reason why you wouldn't consider Death Skulls? Is it just because you have too many other clans you like more, or like Death Skulls commandos would be OPSEC?
I'm back and forth. I'm literally back and forth on that. I think that the orcs, like Sisters, are a good book, a great book, in the fact that there's multiple armies. And the clans.
Well, what are you doing? What are you doing with Sisters to counter the 4 deploy?
Dominion Scout, Rhinos, but it doesn't actually counter the 4.
You don't actually counter it though. That's movement before the game starts.
No, you don't.
Yeah. See, but you can set up stuff where you basically you have a lot of stuff with fly, and you have things that can just block that first turn to hit. You're going to take nonsense rhinos. You're going to put your more difficult to hit units like Sacrifice and stuff like that. And then you can counter fairly well. Like people like Celestine are just invaluable for that.
And then there probably is something with reserves too outside of fly, like just having a really solid reserve strategy so that they can't just keep continuously move blocking you can come in from behind them. You can come in from the side.
Put yourself a hole though, because of the fact that things like AdMech will just have the board because they have so many models. Especially so many of these new AdMech builds are
like 110 fucking city.
I don't know. I really like Siegler's list.
Too, so
I think Siegler's list is really good.
Soulless people build those armies. They lack soul.
Yes,
I don't know. Daniel, are you familiar with what Siegler played in Orlando?
Yeah, 111 Rangers in Metallica. Richard played similar in the tournament I was in.
But that wasn't super hordy though. He had like one big brick, right?
Yeah, but he's just still the number.
111 Rangers. Yeah, that's a lot of models.
But it's through units though. But it's through units though. That's the cool thing about it. It's like horde through units as opposed to horde through models.
Yeah, it's so MSU. He just had so much shit. He had 3 Royal Struckers. He had multiple units of infiltrators. He has 3 units of raiders. He just had so much stuff on the board. So it's really hard to dislodge that with stuff.
I feel like,
but I think actually this is a difference in at least in theoretical meta, because you're still not playing differential.
No, we're not playing a differential.
No, which is a difference, because he does, when you build that kind of army, he doesn't have to take into account what you do. He just have to take into account that he gets his 100 points.
He just doesn't care.
So he can win the game 199. He's super happy he got 100 points because that's how he built his army. But if he play differential, he would get 1 point, which would be a draw and not even a win.
It solves a lot of points for us too. I actually like differential better because right now, there's no point in playing out the games or me trying to deny people any points at all. No. Like, there's nothing besides me being a dick if I try to stop you from bringing points or just give me any points.
I've talked about this enough. I'm pretty much done because I don't think it's never gonna change on our side. So it is what it is. I'll just accept that 40K is not a competitive game.
If people don't want people doing that, then you have to change differential. Like, basically don't complain about it or go to differential. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, I've said we should do.
I think our point in the matter is
100%. Yeah, 100% should be done. Isn't going to be done. I don't think people really understand why it's important because they can't grasp it.
There's a good thing. They have a poll up right now. I think FLG might switch back over to points. Every point counts as opposed to win-loss for their team tournament.
You mean
which would
you
be
mean
a
you mean
million
like
times.
every single person in the event said it's better, and like they're finally going, okay, fine.
Yes,
Yeah,
basically.
because Daniel, I don't know if you know this, but the frontline, team that was doing the team tournament, they wanted it to be as simple as possible for people, which is like GW's approach to everything right now. Make the most simplistic game you can possibly think of, and try to call it competitive. I mean, I guess Games Workshop doesn't consider the game competitive, so it's not their fault. But what they said was in the team tournament, they're doing a team tournament like ETC, but your points don't matter. It's just wins. So if you get 3 wins out of 5 players, you win the round.
Yeah. And everybody basically went, no.
Yeah.
Because what's the point of a defender then? There's no point to bring a defender.
That's the whole
army.
point.
There's no point to bring any
difference
skew armies
between
at all.
being
Just bring
MVP.
Yeah, just bring all your regular
defender.
tournament lists, and
Yeah.
that's it. Just try to just get 3 wins.
Yeah.
I think, Brad, if they do change it to points matter, I think your team could potentially lose. I think if they leave it as 3 wins, I think your team auto wins.
Yeah, probably.
There's no chance
on your
3 of
team?
you guys lose. So
Who's on your team, Brad?
it's the Art of
Nick,
War cast.
It's the Art of War people. The Nick, myself, Siegler, John Lennon, and Jack Harpster.
Yeah.
So like odds
So-
of you losing anyways are really low, but odds of you losing in a system where 3 of you have to lose in the same round is like, I don't even know if that's possible.
Oh, that's the thing. But it takes away the whole fun of pairing strategy and your
Yeah,
defenders
the whole thing
digging
is less
for
fun, yeah.
points.
I totally agree. And also, like, think about the guy who's defender all rounds, right?
Right.
Your
And he
defender
goes,
every single time,
He
right?
goes like 1-5 or
Yeah.
0-6.
Or he's like 0-6, and like also his 0-6 doesn't matter. Like whether he got 5 points or 0 points, it doesn't mean anything, right? But
Yeah,
like think about how excited he is in the game he lost, but got 6 points, and you guys tie the round by 1 or
Dude,
win the round by
no,
1.
Well, think about that.
You know?
If that dude scores like 6 to 9 points in every single loss in a game where points count, that dude's a legend. You know, he just took the worst matchup out and scored every single time.
Yeah. As long as Frontline brings it back to points and they create a draw range of about a game, like half a game, probably a draw range of half a game, right? Like maybe 8-10 points, maybe. I don't know, something like that. Where like if you're within 8 points or 10 points, you get a draw for the round. I think it's possible for anyone to potentially win the tournament then. Like
100%.
any of the good teams to win the tournament, because it's you can have close games where like, you know, Siegler wins by like 5 or 6, John wins by 4, you win by 3 or 4, whatever, however it goes, you know. And then some people lose, whatever. But, you know, like without that, it's very difficult to do it.
Yeah,
Agreed.
especially it takes also away the possibility to skew lists for pairing.
Correct.
So you can skew a list and force that into a pairing where you know you'll get like max points. You get 20-0, but it doesn't matter if it's only a win. Then
Correct.
It's just stupid to do that. Then
Exactly.
it's better to try to get 11-9 win.
Exactly.
On more tables.
Yeah, just take safer armies that you can get that win with low points wise, right? But yeah, you're 100% right, Daniel. If like, you know, they get somebody again, like if they get a really really good pairing against Brad's team, and it's like some crazy list of like, I don't know, like 4 keepers of secrets or something, like you can't do that. 3 keepers of secrets and a bunch of stuff, right? Like
that 4 keepers list might win. I
Yeah,
mean,
4.
it's going to lose because it's
Illegal.
illegal. But besides that,
now technically, I think you might be able to take the Forge World 1 and 3. I don't know, whatever.
it is true. The name-
Yeah. But like my point is that exactly what Daniel said. You know, if somebody does upset the team by a really cool, like very skewed list, gets that 20-0, it really sets up the group, you know? Because then you go to your defender immediately and you're like, hey, we have a 20-0. Get as many points as you can. Like help us out, you know, because like if you can mitigate their 20-0 and we get a 20-0, we're up. Right? We just need another win, you know, like that's all you really need.
Yeah.
Because I saw an ATC a draw. I saw a draw once where one player got a 20-0 and every other person on his team lost, but it was a draw.
Yeah.
And then they implemented that rule after that, where if you have 4 wins in a team of 5, you win the round regardless of score. They implemented that rule after.
Which I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary either. I thought it was kind of cool that they got a draw.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wow.
that's my
Time to
story.
dance.
I'm sticking to it.